So, what up, YouTube? It's your boy Victor, and today's topic is dating in China. And for those who don't know, I am a medical student here in China, and I've lived here in China for almost 5 years. So, I've had a lot of experience here in China, and yeah, so I know what I'm talking about. So, let's jump right into it. So, when you look at dating in China is divided into two parts. There's foreigners dating foreigners, and also foreigners dating Chinese girls. And when you look at foreigners dating foreigners, this is where you look at expats. These are foreigners who are working and living here in China, and also students like me. Who've come here to study here in China. And I'll start about talking about students dating students, like the dating among the students. I think the dating among the students, that one is inappropriate, because when students are dating, that relationship doesn't go anywhere. Where students are dating each other, that relationship doesn't go anywhere. Because suppose you are dating you come from maybe you come from Korea, and you're dating a girl who comes from Africa, and yeah, when she graduates as a student, she goes back to Korea, she goes back to Africa, and also you also go back to Africa. Or maybe it can be the other way around. Maybe you come from maybe Zimbabwe, and you're dating a girl who comes from Brazil, and both of you, you're students, and when she graduates, of course, she goes where? She goes back to Brazil, and you go back to what? You go back to Africa, So I think students dating each other, I think those relationships normally they don't go anywhere, and that's why a lot of people they complain to say because dating in China is just garbage. Because when you ask some people, they say, hey, dating in China is just amazing, it's just awesome. And some people will say dating in China is just garbage, it's just inappropriate. And me, I would say dating in China has got pros and cons. But it doesn't work, among the students, because they are students and they come from different countries, and their life here in China is not certain. They don't know the next move, because here in China it's difficult to work. Even getting a job here, if you, when you graduate, it's not certain that you get a job here in China. It's not just easy getting a job here in China. It's not like the Western countries where you graduate as a student, you get a job. But here in China, it's not easy, guys. So that's why I say life here in China is not certain if you're a student and you're dating each other. And speaking of dating, guys, when you look at when Corona started, guys, a lot of people have lost their relationships. If you're a student, you're dating maybe a girl who's coming from France, and yeah, she goes back to France, you never see her. So I think students dating each other, I think it's just inappropriate. As students, you have to focus on your studies. So I think dating among the students, I think that one is, I can say, it's not the best thing to do. The other thing I'll talk about is what? Foreigners dating foreigners, like expats. These are expats, these are foreigners who've come here to teach or working here and living here in China. I think that one is okay, because at least they're certain, because they're working, they're living here in China. I think for them, the dating goes a long way, because some of them end up getting married, end up marrying each other. I know a lot of foreigners here who are working and teaching English here in China, and most of them they end up getting married to each other, because suppose maybe I'm an English teacher, right? And I work at the same company with my girlfriend. Of course, maybe we can get married, because we know that our life is kind of certain. We, for both of us, we are working in the same abode. We have an income, we have a job. So that type of dating normally goes. People end up getting married and have kids, and stay here in China. But for students, guys, their dating doesn't go anywhere, because their life here is not certain. They are not sure if they'll stay here after graduating. And yeah, so, but for expats who are working here and living here in China, their dating goes a long way. Some of them end up getting married and have kids, because at least they are sure that, hey, we're going to stay here in China for so many years. But for students, they're not certain about the next life, after graduating. So the other thing I'll talk about is foreigners. Yeah, the other thing is what? The other thing, guys, is that people know people. Because here in China, maybe in my city, guys, in my city, it's a small city, guys, and there are clubs and bars where we go to. Maybe there's a place where you go to, maybe only two bars or two clubs where foreigners go to. Because foreigners, normally they don't like going to Chinese clubs because they don't like the vibe which is there, they don't like the music which is there. So a lot of them like going to foreign bars, where there are a lot of foreigners because they like the music which is there. Just like the vibe, So people know each other, And if somebody like you go to the club oftenly, people gets to know you, And it also happens to be like you become famous, people know you. So if maybe you was dating a girl, and you broke up, maybe it can happen to say that maybe another guy has dated her before, you know. Maybe you was dating this girl and she ended up breaking up with somebody. Of course, people know each other. It's a small community, guys, so people know people, I think maybe you know what I'm talking about. People know people. It's a small community. You go often, people know you. The girl that you're dating, maybe somebody has dated that before, So that's why dating in China, among foreigners, most of them, they say it's just crap, it's just time wasting and everything. So the other dating I'll talk about is what? Is foreigners dating Chinese girls, Foreigners dating Chinese girls also has got pros and cons, Um, Dating Chinese girls is not easy, guys, because Chinese girls are well reserved, they date for a purpose, they date with a view to getting married, Hey, the reason why we're dating is to have kids and children and have a family, So dating Chinese girls is not easy, guys, So people, they say, hey, I'm going to China and I'll be dating Chinese girls. It's not easy, my bro, because Chinese girls are well reserved, They just date with a purpose, and the purpose is to getting married and have kids, And the other thing I'll talk about Chinese girls is that they are what? They have a specific type of people they date. If you are just black, if you're just a nigga like me, bro, it won't be easy for you to date Chinese girls because most of them, they like dating white guys. They also like dating maybe brown guys, yellow guys, red guys. Even people are light skinned. They just find it so easy to date Chinese girls. But if you're just black, bro, it's not gonna be easy for you to date some Chinese girls because they have that conspiracy about black guys, and also they have that stereotype about black guys. So if you're black, my bro, it's not gonna be easy to date a Chinese girl. And I'm not saying that it's difficult to date. I'm not saying that there are no black guys who date Chinese girls. The ratio is just too small, guys. It's just like maybe 2 out of 10. I've seen some black guys who are also dating Chinese girls, but the ratio is just smaller, guys, when compared to white guys who are dating Chinese girls. Because Chinese girls, they like white guys, So they prefer like dating white guys to black guys. So it's not gonna be easy, my G. Like if you think like, hey, I'm going to China and I'll be dating Chinese girls, it's not gonna be easy. If you're black, bro, it's not gonna be easy, my G. You have to put in work, you have to do a lot of things, because most of them, they prefer dating a white guy to a black guy, So yeah, but I'm saying, I'm not saying there are no Chinese girls who date black guys. There are also a lot of Chinese girls who date black guys, but the ratio is just so smaller, guys, Again, there are also some Chinese girls who just like black guys, but the ratio is just smaller, guys. So if you might meet that Chinese girl who's into black guys, of course you can end up dating, but the ratio is just smaller, guys. And the other thing again, to be like, maybe this Chinese girl will like you, but the friends won't like you, And me, it has happened to me on multiple occasions where I meet the Chinese girl, we go maybe on 2 dates, and immediately she just tells our friends like, hey, I just met a foreigner, he's like this, ABCD, they end up like our dating doesn't go anywhere. So again, it also depends with friends, because the friends normally, if they see that, oh, this girl, maybe she's dating a black guy, most of them, they don't feel nice, they'll be like, hey, blacks are A, B, C, D, and yeah, that prevents a girl from maybe seeing you another time again. And it also happened, like I went to date with a Chinese girl, and after a date, guys, I never heard from her because she told her friends, like, hey, I'm dating a black guy and everything. And of course, maybe it's obvious, maybe they had to speak something negative about me, and I never saw the girl again. So, but again, I've also dated some Chinese girls, guys. I'm not saying I've been in 2 serious relationships here in China, and a lot of them, they ended because they wanted me to get married. They were like, hey, we want you to see our parents and everything. I was like, hey, I'm not ready right now. Can you give me time and everything? So because most of them, they're just serious about getting. The view is to get married, So, and I wasn't ready to get married. So she ended up dumping me and everything. So dating Chinese girls, if you're a black guy, bro, it ain't gonna be easy, my G. It ain't gonna be easy, my bro, because most of them they're into white guys, and the ratio for Chinese girls who date black guys is just smaller guys. Can just be maybe 2 out of 10. But for white guys, my bro, if you're a white guy, you are there, you're watching the video, bro, it's easy for you. Chinese girls are just so crazy about white guys, they're just so crazy about brown girls, guys, about yellow guys, about red guys. So if you're a guy who's just light skinned, who's just white, bro, it's just super easy for you to date Chinese girls. I have seen a lot of white guys who even date maybe 3 Chinese girls, at a go, maybe even 2 at a go. But for black guys, bro, it's not gonna be easy, my G, unless you just meet a Chinese girl who's just so obsessed about black guys. That one is easy. Like for me, the Chinese girls I dated, the ones I was with in a serious relationship, they just like black guys. So it was easy for me to be there and present myself. So there you have it, guys. Dating here in China. So if you like the video, bro, subscribe to my channel, bro, because I talk about dating, fitness, and grooming. And you can also follow me on Instagram at v.hopkins95. Yeah, so love you guys. Holla at your boy back. Share the video, comment, subscribe. Salute.